Mother Dearest, happy birthday. I am making this video for you. So when you do your workouts, you can turn this on and you can see exactly the exercises that you need to do. I've got all the equipment you need. I know you have this stuff at home as well. So we'll go through each exercise, we'll do a couple of reps, and then you can always go back to this workout and check out each exercise so you don't have to look on YouTube anymore. Alright, so starting on circuit 1, session 1. So squats, lunges, single leg deadlift and frog squats. So body weight squat, we want to start with feet just outside shoulder width apart. We're going to push our bottom back, knees go out, so we're going to push them out and then you sit back into that squat. So you can use your arms if you need to drive yourself back up and really think about pushing through your heels. So you don't have to go super fast. So then if I turn to the side, you can see that my knees are in line with my toes, my bottom goes back, everything's in a nice line. Alright, that's squats. Then you have stationary lunges. So when we're doing a lunge, we want to think about that our feet are on train tracks, so not a tightrope. So train tracks here, or in line with the shoulders, one leg forward, one leg back. You're up on your toes on this one, on the back leg, and all you want to think about here when you're doing your lunge is getting your balance first, but then just dropping this back knee. Alright, so you can have hands on your hips to start off with, and really pushing through that front heel. So don't think about the front leg, that front leg's going to do what it needs to do, and the knee is going to stay in line with the toe. So this is your stationary lunge, so you're just going to come up, go back down, back up, and then you can swap legs for each set. Alright, single leg deadlift. So we start facing this way, you have balance on one leg, you can use your wall if you need, and you're going to bring your leg back and you're going to come down as far as you can, trying to touch the ground, keeping that balance, and then driving that knee through. If you need to, you can touch your toes to the ground just to get that balance, and then go again. So leg goes back, hands come to the ground, drive that knee through. So it looks like this, straight on, balancing, leg goes back, get the balance, come down to the ground, whoop, bit out of practice, and then drive that knee through. So that's a single leg deadlift. Frog squats. Yep. So frog squats, same starting position as a normal squat, feet shoulder width apart, toes slightly pointed out. You're going to come down. I just bring my hands together, and then I push my elbows into my knees. I come all the way down, or as low as I can, and then you push that bottom back up. So you're making that frog position. But you want to push your elbows into your knees so that you have a bit of resistance there as well. So you stay down, just this movement. So dropping that bottom down, and again pushing through the heels, pushing the elbows into the knees the whole time. So that's circuit 1, session 1. Circuit 2, session 1. So we have kettlebell sumo squats, standing calf raises, Superman, lying leg raises. Okay, so grabbing a kettlebell, sumo squats. So we have feet wider this time, and you want your toes not pointing directly outwards, but on an angle, but wider stance. Have the kettlebell starting in the middle. You're going to pick up the kettlebell with 2 hands, and then we really want to try as hard with sumo squats, but to keep the knees going outwards. So we come down, push the knees out, push the bottom back, chest up, and then drive up through the heels with the weight just in the middle. And then all you need to do is go down low, just for where the kettlebell hits, when the kettlebell hits the ground, and then stand back up. So keeping everything in a nice line, driving through the heels, pushing the knees out, and pushing the bottom back, but don't let the weight take you forward. Keep the chest up. So that's kettlebell sumo squats. Then, need to keep this on. Standing calf raises. So just basically get your balance going up on the toes, all the way back down. So don't just go like this. Nice and controlled, all the way up, full extension. Squeeze the calves at the top, and then try and control it on the way back down. You can go one leg if two is too easy, one leg at a time. So you can use the chair, but use something to balance on so you can always control it, especially on the way down. Supermans. So Superman, you're going to come down onto all fours. So with Superman, we want to make sure that the wrists, elbow, shoulders are all in a nice line, and then your knees are underneath your hips. And what you're going to do is you're going to right arm, go straight out at the same time as the left leg. The left leg goes out, right arm goes out, and then we change. Keeping the balance. You want to try and keep your hips still, so you don't want to rotate. You want to keep it all in a nice straight line. Keeping the balance just nice and controlled. Alternating every time. So we'll start off on our knees and we'll see how your lower back goes. So then if I was facing this way, need a bit more space. Arm goes out, leg goes out, squeeze the bottom, and then squeeze the back muscles there as you come out. And leg raises for the last exercise. So laying on your back. I usually put my hands kind of underneath my bottom just to give me a little bit of support. And then we want to start up here, legs together, and then we want to go down as low as we can. And then go down. Ooh. I think I got your deodorant in my mouth.
Sorry.
That's so gross.
Rumbly.
Go on, stop jiggling around.
So legs together, go all the way down, or as low as you can go, and bringing them back up. So if you can only go to here for now, keeping that control, that's fine. And then slowly try and get lower and lower. What we don't want is you to rock up and rock back. So we want to keep our back flat on the ground as we lower our legs. Don't touch the ground, and then bring them back up. So, fix myself. That is session 1.
Okay.
Moving on to session 2, circuit 1.
I might get faster.
So we're working now more the upper body. Session 1 was more leg focused. So session 1, upper body. Now, first exercise is tricep dips. So you can do this one on the couch, on the bed, probably better on Tata's bench. And so basically, when we're doing the dips, so we protect our wrists, just have your hands, I guess at a 45-degree angle, and we want to have this part of the hand, the palm, or the hard part of the palm, on the bench. Now, start off just like this, knees pretty close, or at least at that 90 degree. And what we want to do is as we bend the elbows, we keep the elbows really close. We don't want them flaring out, keeping them close. So almost like you're pushing them inwards. And we keep our back close to the seat. So this is what tends to happen. We go away from the seat or the bench because it makes it a little bit easier. So really come close, almost like your back is going down the chair or the bench so you can feel it. If that's too easy, start moving your feet outwards but keeping your back nice and close, or we can come to straight legs and then come down. So don't go too low, don't want any extra pressure on the shoulders, so just bending the elbows there, keeping the elbows nice and close. Alright, then we have standing bicep curls with the band. Now, with Touches Machine, it has those bands or with the handles. So stand, get that set up, and you're going to basically squeeze the band nice and close. So you'll be able to have your hands, palms facing up, keeping the elbows nice and close to the body, and then squeeze the biceps at the top. So you could probably have the band out like this. Otherwise, you can have the band, you can stand on it and bring the elbows up, keeping them close to the body, squeezing the biceps with the band, so nice and controlled. Also, you can have it as your knuckles facing each other. Same move, but we're just working a little different part of the bicep there. So that's standing bicep curls with the band. Alright, single arm kettlebell row. Now, you can do this one leaning over the couch, and I'll show you how to do that. Or you can do it on the bench. So if we did it on the bench, you would have one knee down, one hand on the bench like this, and then this leg is off to the side. But it's really important that we keep a nice flat back, and again that wrist, elbow, shoulders all in a line, and then you bring the weight up. So that would be on the bench, so I'd have more movement or range of motion there. If you wanted to do it like this, on the chair or on the back of the couch because it's a good height, you just have one hand propping you up against the chair or the bench. 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Usually the arm that you're using, the opposite leg is forward. And then we lean forward, try and just hinge from the hips. So just the hips move forward, keeping that back nice and straight. And then you want to bring that weight in, nice and controlled and slow on the way down. So we don't want to let the shoulder drop like this. We want to keep the shoulder in line with the other shoulder. And then squeeze. So kind of thinking about having a pencil, my finger in between your shoulder blades. As you bring the elbow up, you're squeezing in between the shoulder blades. So keeping it controlled and bringing that weight back down, but not letting the weight take you all the way. So that is single arm kettlebell row. And heel taps. So heel taps, we're going to lay on our back. We're going to have bent knees, feet flat on the floor. Now what we want to do is we want to bring our chin up and head off the ground. Chin to chest, hands out, and we're just alternating taps here. So it's a really small movement, but we want to contract the abs the whole time. Nice and slow. If we go too fast, we kind of wiggle and lose the tension there. So keeping the chin to chest, tapping the heels, nice and slow, nice and controlled. Cool. That is circuit 1, session 2. Alright. Circuit 2, session 2. Push-ups on knees, front raises with plate, squat and press, or arm plank. Okay. So starting with the push-ups. I don't know how to do push-ups, but we'll do them anyway. So when we're doing a push-up, see if you can do one on your toe, on your toes, on your toe every time. So coming on your knees, and now we want to bring the hips through, and again, elbows, wrists, shoulders all in a line, and then we bring the chest to the ground. So you can bring your hands in closer, elbows close, make it more of a tricep focus. Or you can bring your hands out a bit wider, so probably outside the mat, past your shoulders. And then we keep our wrists in line and we protect the wrists that way. Keeping my back nice and flat, elbows go out, chest to the ground. So that's the push-ups. So see, at least do one out of the whole set. Try one on your toes, you'll surprise yourself. Standing front lateral raise. Okay. So, with, I think you have, from Tanner's dumbbells, you got some 2.5, even 1.25 plate. So standing, doesn't matter, shoulder width apart or just whatever's comfy. So front, so you're gonna have the plate, I usually like to hold them on the inside, depending on how your wrists feel. So you bring them both up at the same time, in line with your shoulders, and then you come out nice and wide, in line with the shoulders. So you wanna go front, down, out laterally, and back down, okay? So what we don't want to see is the rocking motion to try and get the weight up. So keeping it controlled, doesn't matter how slow you go, just try and get it nice and controlled, that's how you get stronger. So bringing the weight up and down, so it's all in the shoulders there. So that's your front and lateral raise. And then squat and press. So either a plate or 2 dumbbells, or even a kettlebell really. So you're going to start with it, just grab. If you're doing dumbbells, have one each side. If you're having a plate or a kettlebell, hold it in front of you like this. So starting off in that same squat position that we've been doing, knees out, bottom back. And then as you come down, hold the weight, and as you come back, press it overhead. And then come back down, one motion, so you come down into one. So try not to break it up into 2 moves. We'll do it as one. So squat, as we come up, we press, go back down, press it up. So if you had, let's just say, I guess we use these as dumbbells, but I'd hold them, leaning them just on the top of my shoulders. So go down into that squat and then press them both overhead. Just be careful of your shoulders. We don't want any extra rotation there. So that's your squat and press. And then the last one, forearm plank. So, in that plank position, if it's too much, go on your knees, but would be good, come down to the forearms, and then push up through the toes, keeping that back nice and flat, elbows in line with the shoulders, bottom in line with the back, not this, not this. Nice flat back, nice strong plank. If you get really good, so they can put a weight on the back. Okay, that is session 2. Okay, session 3, circuit 1. So we have standing tricep overhead extensions, kettlebell upright row, mountain climbers, and bicycles. Okay, so tricep overhead extensions, either use a plate or a dumbbell, or a kettlebell really. We're going to start with the weight above our head, keeping the elbows in as close as we can, bringing the weight behind us as far as we can, feeling that tension on in the triceps there, and then we bring it straight up overhead. So nice and slow, straight up. So if I stood side on, have the plate above my head, elbows bend, come all the way down, or as far as you can. Don't push it so that you have pain in your arms. you can go to there, that's fine. Just feeling the tightness and the extension in the triceps there, the back of the arms. Alright, then we have upright row. So, kettlebell, starting off feet shoulder width apart, both hands on the kettlebell. You're going to bring the kettlebell up, elbows are in line with my shoulders, straight back down. And again, like all the exercises, try to be nice and controlled so we're not using the momentum to bring the weight up. So we want it nice and controlled, bringing the weight in line, so elbows in line with the shoulders. So if you can, look at yourself in the mirror, because it's really easy with the upright row to bring the elbows too far up, and then we put extra strain on the shoulders, that's unnecessary. So elbows out wide, in line with the shoulders, weight comes down. So that's your upright row. So use your kettlebell for that one. Then we have mountain climbers. So coming down, starting in that push-up position, and we're going to go up on our toes, bring the knees in, coming back to the toes. So mountain climbers are super important to build strength in the shoulders. So elbows, wrists, shoulders, all in line, up on the toes. Try not to do these mountain climbers like this. We want to stay above the hands, just above the hands, everything in line. See how fast you can go with your mountain climbers. Alright, and last exercise for second one is bicycles. So chin to chest, starting that, I guess, dead cockroach. You can have hands either side. If this gets too much on your neck, definitely rest, but try. Keeps the abs engaged more if you have your chin to your chest. So elbow to opposite knee, and then we extend the same leg as the same elbow that's coming in, and then change every time. So this always works better if you go slower, which hurts more that way. That's it. So that's your bicycles. Alright. Oh, short. So last 4 exercises. Session 2, circuit 3. Standing dumbbell overhead press, alternating reverse lunge, hip thrusters, crunches. Okay. Now, I'm going to use plates only because the dumbbells would have it too heavy for me to go overhead. So, standing position. You're going to bring the dumbbells starting up here. We want to keep the elbows at 90 degrees, so not down like this. Elbows at 90, and then we press the dumbbells overhead, bringing them back down. So just go to where your elbows are in line with your shoulders and press. Nice and controlled. So think about, with this exercise, contract your quads. So squeeze your quad muscles. It helps to stabilize your body, and then also squeeze your abs so you don't have any rocking motion, and then you protect your lower back that way as well. So elbows in line, and then driving the weight above your head. Now you can do it with plates, but it will be easier with the dumbbells. So that's that one. Alternating reverse lunges. So with the reverse lunge, we start feet shoulder width apart. Now, what I would like you to do is take your time, break it down into 2 moves so that you get your balance. So like I was explaining with your lunges before, you want to stay train tracks, like you're on train tracks, not tightrope. So I step back, get my balance. Don't do anything before I've got my balance. So I'm up on my toes, or the ball of my foot, and then I drop it down, hands on hips, sorry, and then step back in, and then step the other leg out, get the balance, drop that back knee, and back in. So alternating every time. If you wobble, that's okay. Get your balance, and then drop your back knee. So I don't want you to go back and into the lunge like that. I don't want it to be a fluid motion, just to make sure your knees are ready and they're all good. So stepping back, get your balance, and now you can drop that back knee. And then you make sure that this knee is in line with the toes. So if I was doing it facing this way so you can see, stepping back, drop that back knee, but your back knee doesn't have to go to the ground. You don't have to be that excessive, that's fine. So that's your alternating reverse lunges. And then I'm pretty sure we have hip thrusters and crunches. So hip thrusters, we come down to the ground, laying on our back, bent knees, feet flat on the floor. Now when you're doing your bridges, we'll start with our hands on the ground just to get stability. Feet probably in line with the hips or the shoulders. And what you're going to do is you're going to push through your heels and bring your hips through. So it's a nice, I guess 45 degree angle, but a nice flat line there, all in line. Hips up, and then we come all the way back down. Hips up, and think about squeezing. So you squeeze your bottom, squeeze your glutes at the top, and then release. So we don't want this to be a really fast move. Nice and slow, push through the heels, squeeze the glutes at the top, and then slowly lower down. If you want to challenge, if that's too easy, don't let yourself touch the ground in this set then. So just a little bit off the ground and back up, come down, back up. So you're keeping the tension on the whole time. And last but not least, crunches. So staying in this position, all you have to do is, I can actually put my hands here. If we put our hands here, we kind of push on the neck. So hands on the shoulders, and then it's just a small movement here, crunching up, feeling the top abs. So small movement, and again, chin to chest. Small movement, that's it. If you don't like the crunch, come, or keep your feet the same way, and sit all the way up, if that's what you'd like to do. Or you can just stay in that crunch position. So those are your 3 sessions. Maybe in a month's time, we'll see how you're going. So we'll do 4 good weeks of that. See how your body feels, you're progressing, any exercises you don't really like. Because if you don't like them, you're not going to do them. And then we can change it up a little bit, change up the timing, just do something completely new for the next month. So I hope you have a wonderful birthday.
Happy birthday!
Do you want to come in here, Jake? I hope you have a wonderful birthday. We're sad that we can't be Byron, but hopefully when everything is normal, we'll be able to see you again. Yeah, I know, I'm so sweaty. Alright, love you, Mum. Bye.
Bye.